video. It's been kind of a crazy week, but wanted to make sure I try to get at least one in this week to catch up with everyone. I wanted to talk with you today about what I call my fitness philosophy. Basically all that is, it's sort of the core of my physical fitness. What are the activities that I have found that I can be most consistent with and that really just make me excited and happy and motivated to go work out. I've tried different things over the years. I tried running, I've done 5Ks and 10Ks and 8Ks and 15Ks. I've done three half marathons. And I really just tried to learn to love running, and it just never clicked for me. I think it was just a lot of it really was the mental side of it, I think, for me, and I think the physical sort of pounding on my joints and my body would always kind of take my head out of the game, so I could never really push myself, I think, the way I wanted to. I did fitness boot camp for a while. That was fabulous, and I always look back on my time doing that really fondly because it really was one of the first times I challenged myself at that level to just really go as hard as I could physically and push myself there. Only problem with fitness boot camp is it's always at 5 a.m. in the morning in the rain or the snow or the sleet or the ice or extreme heat. It really didn't matter, and I just couldn't sustain that just with scheduling and life and everything. Just that didn't always work out long term. So I've always kind of struggled with what is the thing that I love to do. So when I got back into sort of getting my fitness journey on track again a year ago, I really wanted to find what are my things. So if you follow me on Pinterest or read my blog or any social media, you'll probably notice that I have this concept I call spin, lift, bend. And those are really the three tenets of my physical fitness. We start off with spin, which is what you would think. It's spin class, and I love indoor cycling. I love challenging myself that way. I would have thought I never would do another spin class. I hadn't done one in many, many years, and I just didn't like, when I went before, I didn't like all of the yelling and the calling out of these numbers to turn the tension on your flywheel, and I don't know if it's an 8 or a 4. It was just all, I just didn't like the whole scene. So I thought I would never do spin class, and whoever asked me about it, I would just say, no, you're completely crazy, I don't like spin. And when I started back on my fitness journey, I was just trying everything, and so I was like, well, hey, I haven't been to spin in a while, let's see if maybe I'm wrong. And it turns out I was wrong. Thankfully I was wrong. I love spin. Spin is one of my favorite and one of my core activities now that I do. I go to spin 3 to 4 times a week. So, I mean, it's a great cardio workout, and again, if you follow me on social media, you know how much I love to post all of my workout summaries and heart rate, and I'm obsessed with my heart rate monitor and calories burned, and I'm you're burning anywhere from 400 to maybe 600-700 calories, and also just for me, I'm able to push myself so much further than I could when I was running or doing other things, because I don't have the impact on my body, on my joints, so my brain doesn't take me out of the game because my body just feels weird. Obviously, it's challenging, and my thighs are screaming and my lungs are screaming, but it's in a good way. It's because I'm challenging myself and I'm pushing myself to new heights and new levels of physical activities. And the second one is lift, and as you might expect with that as well, that relates to weightlifting, strength training. Getting stronger, that really is something that I feel is important, especially for us as women, to make sure that we're incorporating weights into our physical activities. It's important that we stay strong physically. It's important that we're able to do our daily activities to build that muscle so that we can burn calories, burn fat more efficiently, and that we can just live our lives and carry our bodies around every day. There's always been a fear, I think, with women of doing strength training because I don't want to get big, I'm trying to lose weight, or I'm trying to get more tone, I don't want to be big and beefy, and that really isn't what strength training is. It can be if you want it to be, but I think for most of us, the goal really is just to be stronger for our daily activities, stronger for just our ability to go through life, and there's a bit of a confidence that you have when you know that you're physically strong, that you know you're capable of handling heavy weights, that you're able to lift things. You're just able to sort of take care of yourself in a way that you get something out of it that you can't get out of cardio. I think we do spend a lot of time, on treadmills and ellipticals and fitness classes, and it's really important that we also take a couple days a week and swing kettlebells or lift our barbells or go to that barbell class that you may have at your gym. And the third and final part is bend, which you also might suspect relates to yoga. I find yoga to be one of the most physically and emotionally challenging things to do sometimes. And even though to some people who could come and look and see what I'm doing and like, well, you're just kind of sitting there, or you're just bending over and you're doing this. I do a lot of yin yoga, and if you're not familiar with that, that really is a lot less common than what you may see in most studios, where you're doing a lot of vinyasa flow, where you're doing all of you're flowing from one pose to the next. You're not really taking that much time in between to hold those poses. So with yin, you fold your body into the pose the way it wants to, the way your body naturally folds into it. You hold it for time, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. It can get up to 20 minutes if you're really, 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 really good at it. And you just live in that space for a moment and you let your body do what it naturally wants to do. You'll notice over that 3 minutes or 5 minutes that your body will actually sink into the pose more deeply. And you're using that time to obviously challenge your body, and also challenge your mind and being able to sort of hold a position and not move and sort of concentrate on your breathing, and you're not doing anything but being in that moment and letting your body guide you. So it's such a physical challenge, it's such an emotional challenge, and just the flexibility that you gain from that and the mental toughness that you gain from that is something that I don't think you find with cardio, and you don't necessarily find with strength training, or if you do, you find it in a different way. And I just think having those three areas with the spin, lift, and bend is so important for me, because it sort of covers all my bases. I'm getting in my cardio, I'm getting in the strength training, and then I'm also maintaining my flexibility and getting a little bit more in touch with sort of the spiritual side of myself with all of my yoga practice, because it really does all work together. I don't think you can really do any one thing 100% of the time. At some point you're going to kind of plateau or just get bored with it. So for me, those are the three things that I found that were most helpful. So I challenge all of you to start to experiment with things. If you're really having a tough time finding out what activities you like to do, what activities you'll do consistently, I really do suggest that you try out those classes, take a walk around the block with your family, go do some jumping jacks in the park. Just first of all, get out and move, but then as you get more comfortable with that, try to find out what your fitness philosophy is. What will you be consistent with? What makes you excited? What makes you motivated to get up and do it 3 times a week, 5 times a week, 6 times a week? So it's just really important that you find things that you can be consistent with. That's really the key to all of it, to any fitness philosophy that you might come up with. If you read my blog, you'll notice I had a 1-hour fitness challenge this week, which is not 10 days or 30 days. It really is just go out for 1 hour and do something. It doesn't have to be 1 hour all at once. It could be 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, but just go out, do something for an hour. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.